that day. Hi, I'm Linda Fagans, and I would like to welcome you to the Persuasive Pen podcast. And today we're going to delve into the extraordinary power of passion in writing. Yes, I said passionate words, persuasive power. We're going to highlight the power and the impact of passion in your persuasive writing. And we will address or look at a few leaders who wrote passionate yet persuasive and powerful speeches. Passion is a word that's often thrown around, but what does it truly mean in the context of writing? When we talk about passionate words, we're talking about more than this enthusiasm or strong emotions, because emotions can be fleeting. Passionate writing comes from a place of deep conviction. Have you ever been so committed to a cause, to a purpose, to a particular theme? When your writing is infused with passion, it's not just about convincing someone to see things your way. It's about connecting with them. It's about moving them, inspiring them, and ultimately leading them to take action. See, passion is about believing so strongly in your message that your words become an extension of your core values and beliefs. And hopefully they will resonate with your audience, those that are listening to you, your team members, the CEO, your client, the nonprofit. So we want to think about leaders who we've seen that has provided just that passion and standard in their writing. For instance, of course, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is an example of demonstrating passion in his writing. He's a master of passionate and persuasive writing. In his letter from the Birmingham jail, he wrote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." These words were not just a call to action, although they were a powerful expression of his deep conviction and passion for civil rights. King's writing was so compelling because it came from a place of profound belief and urgency. Another remarkable example is Winston Churchill. During the darkest times of World War II, Churchill's speeches became a beacon of hope and resilience. In his speech, "We shall fight on the beaches," he proclaimed. "We shall go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the sands and the sea." People remember those words. When people remember the conviction of those words. And what about Steve Jobs? We know that he was a renowned businessman, and he was known for his passionate and visionary speeches, which showed the weight of his convictions and belief. During the 2005 Stanford commencement address, he wrote, "Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of other person's opinion stop you." Many consider this a powerful message, which inspired countless individuals to follow their passion and to think differently. So that passion is, you can hear it in the words. You see how it resonates with those who spoke it and who wrote it. Another example of passionate words and just how compelling they can be, how they leave a lasting effect, not just a fleeting emotion, but they move one to take action. They move one to think differently. They move one to stir up the gifts in themselves. I just want to stop for a moment to say, yes, our focus is on persuasive writing. And I'm mentioning some speeches that leaders have given and inspired many. But one thing you must remember, they had to write it persuasively before they can get before their audience to say it with their tone and conviction to the audience. For instance, Oprah Winfrey, during her acceptance speech for the Cecil B. DeMille Award at the Golden Globe, Oprah Winfrey delivered a powerful, passionate message about justice and equality. She recounted stories of resilience and courage, making a heartfelt plea for change. What was the impact? Oprah's speech resonated deeply with audiences around the world. It contributed to the momentum of the what? The Me Too movement. Do you remember that? Where people finally, women particularly, specifically, decided to no longer remain silent and to acknowledge that they too had been sexually harassed or raped or abused during during that Me Too movement. And she encouraged more people to speak out against sexual harassment and assault. Her words galvanized efforts towards greater accountability and equality in various sectors. A new day in the horizon came out of that speech. So these examples illustrate how passionate writing and speaking can indeed move mountains, sway opinions, highlighting the transformative power of words when delivered with what? Conviction and heartfelt intent. And that's so important that you understand, number one, why you're writing, what's the focus, and how you are going to connect with your audience. One of the ways you can bring passion into your writing is by first know your why. Before you even begin writing, take a moment to connect with the core reason behind your message. Why does this matter to you? Why should it matter to your audience? And when you're clear on your why, your passion will naturally infuse your words. What's your why? What's the why you started a business? What's the why you are a woman leader seeking to move up the corporate ladder? Use vivid language. Passionate writing is vivid and specific. Don't be afraid to use strong words that paint a picture in the minds of your readers. Instead of saying, this is important, say, this is crucial, the very heartbeat of our mission. Strong verbs, descriptive adjectives, and language that will help convey your passion should be applied. And thirdly, speak directly to your audience. Whether you're writing or you're speaking, remember, passionate writing is not about you. You'll hear me say over and over again, connect with your audience. It's about your audience. It's about them. Address your audience directly. Acknowledge their concerns and show them how your message aligns with their values and needs. This creates a connection that amplifies the persuasive power of your words and can have a ripple effect. Now, let's look at a female leader, Mary Barra. She was the CEO of General Motors. This is an example of some passionate writing. As the CEO, she wrote a letter to employees addressing the company's commitment to safety and transparency following a major recall. Remember, we know that General Motors was considered a great institution, but they had a recall and they discovered a lot of things about the culture of General Motors. I won't get into all to that, but she needed to address the issue. She had to speak before Congress about what occurred at General Motors. But when she wrote to her employees, she said, our company's reputation was built on providing safe and reliable vehicles, and we have fallen short. See her integrity, to be honest. I am committed to ensuring that nothing like this ever happens again. We will act with integrity and build the kind of culture that puts safety and quality first. What's the impact? First of all, Mary's passionate commitment to transparency and safety in her writing helped restore trust in General Motors during this challenging time. Her words demonstrated accountability and a clear vision for change, which not only improved internal morale, but also reassured customers and stakeholders. Under her leadership, some say that GM made significant strides to improving safety protocols and fostering a culture of responsibility. And if you really research this, there were shocked that there were some problems in the culture of GM that caused this problem to arise. But you may be in a crisis situation. In a crisis situation, you have to know your why, as I said to you, communicate with commitment and conviction, vivid language, so that you can have an impact with your audience. Now, there's a woman named Greta Thunberg. She's a climate change activist, and she often wrote about the climate change. And in her speech at the UN Climate Action Summit, she said, you have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words, and yet I'm one of the lucky ones. People are suffering, people are dying. Entire systems are collapsing. We are at the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you? Now that was very passionate and bold. And I'm not suggesting that to you, but I just want to show you this is a woman leader, and her language was direct and urgent to address the climate crisis. The impact of Greta Thunberg's passionate, uncompromising words have mobilized millions of people worldwide to take action on climate change. It is said that her speeches and and writings have brought the urgency of the climate crisis to the forefront of global discussions, leading to widespread youth activism and influencing policy changes. Her ability to convey her passion and concern has made her a leading figure in the fight against climate change. So I just wanted to show a few examples of how passionate writing by influential women leaders can move mountains and sway opinions by leaders, period, such as you. Passionate, persuasive words have the power to drive significant impact by connecting with audiences in a stirring emotional level and inspiring action. Through powerful and heartfelt communication, you can see how the examples we have given can lead to profound social and environmental and organizational change. These examples illustrate the transformative potential of your persuasive pen when wielded with what? Sincerity and conviction. So remember, write with passion. Harness the power of passion to become a more persuasive communicator. So I want you to remember that when you write with passion, you're not just creating a one-time impact. Dr. Martin Luther King's letters from Birmingham and his speeches, the Steve Jobs and the others I mentioned, they didn't just have a one-time impact. You want to set off a ripple effect. Passionate words have a way of sticking with people. When the last time you read something or you heard something and it impacted you deeply, it stayed with you? Passionate words have a way of sticking with people, influencing their thoughts and even their future decisions. They become a part of your readers, your audience, inner dialogue. I want you to think about the last time you read something that truly moved you. Maybe it was an article, a book, or even a social media post. Whatever it was, it stayed with you because the writer's passion connected with something inside of you. That's the ripple effect of passionate writing. It's not just persuasive in the moment. It's not fleeting. It's not confusion or just a reaction. It's enduring. And when you write with passion, you're not just communicating. You're persuading, inspiring, and leading. Thank you for joining. And if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, share it with others, and leave a review. Your feedback helps us continue to bring you the best in persuasive writing and speaking strategies. So, I'm Linda Fagans, your persuasive strategist, and thank you for listening to the Persuasive Pen podcast. Have a great day.